This is video number 42 in the Book 2 series. This is for all of the instruments. We're going to continue with cut time. Be able to page number 32. And I just want to, our cut time is going to get a little bit more complicated. So we're going to do a little bit of counting some things out here on the board. So remember, in cut time, remember it can look like that or it can say 2-2. Either way, the half note gets the beat and there are only 2 beats in a measure. That means a quarter note gets only half a beat. We will always start with 1. But it does not get all of beat 1. It only takes up the first part of 1. So here's the second part of beat 1, the te. Now the half note gets all of beat 2. Okay, new measure, 1 for the quarter note, but not all of beat 1. The second half of the beat is right there. Remember, quarter notes act like eighth notes. So then we have 2, only the first half of beat 2, and then we have te right there. Now, dotted half notes, they're going to act like a dotted quarter note would. It's going to get all of beat 1, because a half note gets all of beat 1, right? A half note gets 1 beat, all of beat 1, but it also needs another half of a beat, the first half of 2. And so then what we're left with is te. And that's fine, because a quarter note should only get half a beat anyway, right? So now we start back over with 1, and here's a tricky one. We start with 1. What goes here? It's not 2. It's te. But it also gets 2 and te. Because remember, it needs 3 quarter notes. And quarter notes are now represented by a number or a te. Everything's chopped in half. Okay? Now let's start playing 146. I want you to shout over 146. And shut up, 146, we're in cut time. 1, te, let me turn the metronome on, that might help. These are quarter notes clicking, because a quarter note acts like an eighth note, right? 1, te, 2, te, 146, shadow bow. 1, te, 2, te, 1, te. Did you get that? The first note, this is what you have right here. 1, te, 2, te, 1, te. That only gets half a count. This is measure 2 in your book. This is measure 1 in your book, measure 2 in your book. 1 te, 2 te, 1 te. Okay, shadow bow again from the beginning, 146, and 1 te, right te, go. 1 te, 2 te, 1 te. 1 te, 2 te, 1, lift. 1 te, 2 te, 1 te. 1 te, 2 te, 1 te. Off. A whole note gets 2 beats. Seems weird. 1 te, 2 te, off. Okay, remember everything's chopped in half. Okay, play with me now. 146. 1 te, right te, go. 1 te, 2 te, 1 te. 1 te, 2 te, 1 te, 2 te. 1 te, 2 te, 1 te. 1, 2, 1 te, 2 te, off. All right, now go on to 147. Now this is the same rhythm of 146, now with notes, okay? Again, we're at 60 here. I don't want to go any slower, not on this. Okay, kind of the point of cut time is that you can read through it quickly. If you need to go slower, that's okay, but then join me at this speed at least, okay? Okay, shadow bow 147. D major, of course, and 1 te, right te, go. 1 te, 2 te, 1 te. 1 te, 2, 1 te. 1 te, 2 te, off. Now why is that called syncopation march? Well, think about what syncopation is. This is playing on a note that's not a strong beat, playing on the te's. Well, what have you got here? Playing on te and te. 1 te. You would expect it to happen on 2, but it doesn't. It happens on te. Okay, play 147 with me now. And 1 te, right te, go. 1 te, 2 te, 1 te. 2 te, 1 te, 2 te, 1 te. 1 te, 2 te, off. Okay, going on to 148. Now you might recognize this song. Again, we're in cut time, and of course D major. Look at the first 3 notes. That's actually not a measure. That's actually 3 pickup notes. Okay, where's the full measure? Well, it's not really a full measure. Look at the last measure. It only has 1 beat in it. No, it doesn't. It only has half a beat, right? It only has half a beat because we're in cut time. So I'm going to count. I can't just say 1. I'm going to count 1, te, 2, te, 1, and your first note is on the te of 1. And you play te, 2, te, 1, te, 2, te, rest. Te, 2, te, 1, te, 2, te, rest. That rest is on beat 1, okay? Shadow bow from the beginning. And let's turn the metronome back on. And 1, te, 2, te, 1. 1, te, 2, te, 1. 1, te, 2, te, rest. 1, te, 2, te, 1. Te, 2, te, 1, te, 2. 1, te, 2, te, 1, te. 1. Okay, now here's the thing. You might think I'm skipping those rests. I promise you I'm not. They're just so fast because I only get half a count. You might be thinking I'm just cutting my whole note short. I'm not. 1, te, 2, te, off. And that off is beat 1. Listen to the beginning again. Don't shadow, but just listen. 1, te, 2, te, 1. Te, 2, te, 1, te, 2, te, 1. 1, te, 2, te, 1, te, 2, te. Okay, so you come in on the te each time of beat 1. Okay, try playing it with me now. And up bow, and 1, te, 2, te, 1. 1, te, 2, te, 1. Te, 2, te, 1, te, 2, te, 1, te, 2, te. 1, te, 2, te, 1. 1, te, 2. 1, te, 2, te, 1, te. 1, te, 2, te, 1. Okay, I want you to do second line, measure 3 to the end. This is where people mess up a little bit. Actually, I'm sorry, second line, measure 2 to the end. Play with me. You should be looking at a dotted half note D. And 1, te, red, te, go. 1, te, 2. 1, te, 2, te, 1, te. 1, te, 2, te, 1. Now remember that half rest gets beat 1 and te. Same thing. Play it again. Second line, measure 2 to the end. And 1, te, red, te, go. 1, te, 2. 1, te, 2, te, 1, te. 1, te, 2, te, 1. All right. Okay, so practice this one so you can get it without messing up. Okay, definitely from the beginning without messing up. When we go to cut time on the next page, we're going to have to do 8th notes in cut time, which is going to be tricky. It's going to go super fast because they're going to be like 16th notes. Okay, remember everything is cut in half.